So this dash camera is absolutely worthless. It has the most horrible video quality at night and I never should have bought this. It's a complete waste of money. Surprised at my reaction? You should be. Because once you watch this entire video, this is going to be your reaction if you have already purchased any of the budget dash cameras which are available out there. The new king of budget dash cams is finally here. It's the 70mai M200, also called as the 70mai Dashcam 3. It brings along with it the latest Starvis-2 sensor at a budget price of 4,999 rupees. So what's so special about this and what makes this camera the king of budget dash cams? Well, why tell you when I can show you? You're watching Travel Tech and let's get started. So straight away showing you a night sample footage from the M200 because the Starvis-2 works best at night. So as you can see, there is a red colored i20 standing right in front, and if I try to take a look at its license plate or the number plate, so here's the read of the number plate, and you might say it's quite blurred, isn't it? I mean, it's not as crystal clear as you would expect, and this is giving you a more or less slightly blurred look. But I can say that you can still make out the number plate with a very little level of difficulty. And do note that this number plate is under direct beam of my headlight, and it's not that my headlight is turned off. So under my headlights, under the direct glare of my headlights, you are able to make out the number plate, albeit with a certain level of difficulty. So you might say that the M200 is not perfect and it needs a bit more tuning, isn't it? Well, I'll prove you wrong. And what's the best way to show you the actual capability of the M200? Compare it with a camera which doesn't have a Starvis-2. So here's the comparison footage of the M200 along with the other camera. So on top you can see the M200 footage and on the bottom is the non-Starvis-2 camera footage. Now straight away showing you the difference in the footages as shown by the arrows. You can clearly make out the lesser amount of glare from the headlights from the opposite vehicles in the M200 sample compared to the other camera where you see a large blob of glare. Let's move on a bit further and show you another instance where the M200 gives you a lesser glare in the video. So as you're seeing on the screen right now, in the M200 sample you can make out two distinctive headlights from the car coming in the front, whereas in the other camera's footage it doesn't look like there are two distinctive headlights. I mean, it looks like a one big ball of headlight coming right at you. Although the glare reduction is not very drastic, but you can see a marked difference between the glare reduction of the M200 compared to the other camera sample. Let's move on a bit further down again into the video and this time show you the number plate readability between the M200 and the other camera. Now in this comparison you're going to find out what the M200 is capable of. So let's zoom in on the number plate right in front of my car. So this is the M200 number plate readability sample, very similar to what I just showed you now previously, slightly blurred out, but you can more or less make out the number plate. But what happens with a camera which doesn't have a Starvis-2 sensor? Let's zoom out and take a look at the read from the other camera. A complete whitewashed look. So this is what I meant when I said you have to compare it with another camera to show you the actual capability of the M200. A non-Starvis-2 budget camera will give you a whitewashed look no matter what. Now to prove my point, let's put this side by side. So as you can see, the M200 is clearly better, although not perfect, than the other camera. So when you have a camera with a Starvis-2 sensor, you are able to read number plates in night even under the glare of headlights. But when your camera lacks a Starvis-2, you get nothing but a whitewashed look. Moving on a bit further into the video to show you another example. Now you can see that I changed my headlight beam to a low beam now. Previously it was in a high beam and now currently I shifted to low beam, and in the M200 sample now you can clearly make out the number plate. Again, the letters are not as distinct and as contrasty as expected previously, but you can still make out the number plate with a very less or a very little level of difficulty. What happens in the other camera sample? Again the same thing repeats. You get a complete whitewash look. You cannot read number plate in any way in this example or in this sample. Putting them side by side just to give you an idea of what the M200 is capable of. The power of Starvis-2 is in clear display. At night reading number plates, nothing can beat Starvis-2. But what about if we turn off the headlights? So let's move on again into the video, and this time I turn off my headlights to show you the difference. Now if I zoom in on the M200 sample, a crystal clear read of the number plates, all letters and numbers are clearly visible. What happens with the other camera? This is a very similar read to what the M200 shows, and now as you can see there is hardly any difference between these two number plate read samples. Maybe the M200 gives a slightly higher contrasty look, but overall this is 99% similar image when the headlights are turned off. This goes to show that under normal conditions, without the glare of headlights, the M200 and the other camera perform equally well. But when you turn on your headlights, you do turn on your headlights during night time, isn't it? And then if you take a look at the number plate from the M200, you can read the number plate, although not entirely well, although not very crystal clear. You are able to sort of read it and sort of make out the number plate, wherein if you try to do the same in the other camera, you can't do anything. You simply have to cross your hands and keep staring at the screen, because it's going to give you a complete whitewash look under the glare of headlights. This clearly proves the point that the Starvis-2 is working as intended and will work even more better with a higher number of pixels, such as a 4K resolution. So does this mean that all other cameras are completely bad, or all cameras which don't have Starvis-2 are completely bad? Well, I'll just point out something else. Let's move on a bit further into the video and stop at a point where there is complete low light. And as you can see, as pointed out by the arrows on both left and right side of this video footage, in the other camera's footage on the bottom, you can clearly see the wall and the ditch on the left and the shops on the right. But in the M200 sample, because of its compensation for brightness, it is not able to show the surroundings, and the wall, the ditches, the shops turn out completely darker in the M200 footage. This implies that the other camera gives out a better overall video footage quality, showing you all the surroundings. Whereas in the M200, it gives out a much darker footage when there is no light reflecting off certain areas of the video footage. Just comparing the footage side by side, the M200 looks more darker and more contrasty, whereas the other camera sample gives out more details in the edges of the video and looks slightly brighter compared to the M200 sample. Coming to the overall video footage quality of the M200, as pointed out previously, it is looking much more contrasty, much more darker, but the sharpness and the saturation levels are on point, and you do get a very good and a very decent night video footage quality. So here's the 70mai Dashcam 3, also known as the 70mai M200. So on the front of the box, you have this picture of the dashcam and a prominent logo that this supports Starvis-2. On the bottom of the box, they have given some other features, that this is 1080p with HDR, Starvis-2 IMX662 sensor, voice control and parking surveillance. These are kind of features which I've never seen in a budget dashcam. Let's quickly open up the box and take a look at what's inside. So at first you find this 70mai Dashcam 3 user manual. Let's keep this here. Other than that, you get two electrostatic stickers. Let's keep those here. And here's the ultimate budget camera you all have been waiting for, the 70mai Dashcam M200, powered by the Starvis-2 IMX662 sensor. Let's quickly dive down more into the box and see what they have provided at the budget price. So you get this 12-volt car charger. I think, yes, here's a 12-volt car charger, but it contains only a single USB port. Following this, you have the wiring crowbar to help you in installation of the dashcam. Then you have the power cable with a micro USB port at one end and a type A USB port at the other, which plugs in into the 12-volt car charger. Apart from this, the last item in the box is that you get a spare sticker, just in case if you have to change the location of the dash cam. So let's keep the sticker here and now take a look at the dash camera. It has this screw mount and you can easily remove off the mount by just unscrewing it. So let's do that and show you how this works out. There you go. The dash cam is now detached and the screw mount is now in my other hand. If you want to screw it back, again, it's a very simple and a easy process. So once you attach the dash camera to the windshield, you can rotate it based on your requirement to get the preferred angle from the lens. But I don't think this dash camera will be helpful in case of vertical windshields. As you can see, the height of the lens prominence is beyond the point of the sticker, so I think it will interfere in adapting onto the vertical windshields. But for the other regular cars, this will be simply perfect. Lot of ventilation holes provided. On the other side, you have this power on off button, which I think is a ring LED also given here. On the other side, you have the micro USB port, the micro SD card slot, and the reset slot. So these are things which you get inside the box: the user manual, 2 electrostatic stickers, the main dash camera, the wiring crowbar, the 12-volt car charger with a single USB port, the USB power cable, and an extra sticker for the windshield mount. So here I have opened up the 70mai app on my smartphone. So let's click on the add button, and before I actually add the dash cam, I need to enable the Bluetooth and location. So here you go, I have enabled that. So let's head back and click on the option that is dash cam without screen. So now it says please click on the power button to turn on the dash cam hotspot. So it is currently showing the blue LED, as you can see here, and the same blue LED is being shown on the app as well. So at the bottom you get the Wi-Fi hotspot name and the initial password. The initial password is the numbers 1 to 8. So let's click on the OK button. So here, as you can see, the Wi-Fi hotspot is right up, the 70mai M200. Click on that and enter the password, which is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. Click on the connect button. So once the dash cam gets connected, you get this loading screen on the app. So I need to confirm authorization on the device. So in order to ensure the security, please authorize connection to your dash cam. Click the power button on the dash cam. So you need to click on the power button on the dash cam, and the connected successfully notification is right up on my 70mai app screen. Let's click on the open dash cam button. So it says thank you for choosing the 70mai Dashcam 3. Please take 1 minute to get to know how to use the dash cam. You can either skip this part or you can click on the next. I'll just click on the next to show you. So it is now asking me to select the broadcasting language. Click on English. Then it says please adjust the angle of the camera to ensure you can entirely preview the front road. So this is basically when you have already mounted the dash cam on the windshield. Now since I haven't currently mounted it and kept it right next to me, I'll just click on the next button. Then it says 70mai parking surveillance cable is not installed. Parking surveillance function cannot be used. Enable it in dashcam settings after you install it. So this is an important notification for those people who want to get some parking surveillance. You need to get a dedicated hardware kit for it. Click on the next button. So it gives you the details of the different voice commands for this particular dashcam. And here, as you can see, it says when the dashcam is running, following voice commands are supported. So you have basically 4 voice commands: take photo, lock the video, turn on audio, and turn off audio. So these 4 voice commands can be used. Let's click on the next button. So now the setup is complete. So let's move on further and click on the start to use button. Okay, now the setup is complete and you're actually seeing this black screen because I haven't removed the sticker from top of the lens. If I remove the sticker, you will get the streaming right here. But before we do that, let's head into the settings or the in-app settings for the 70mai Dashcam M200 and see what are the various different options and settings it provides in order to play around with. So first of all, you have the video encoding option, and this you can click and see you get 2 options: low compression ratio and high compression ratio. Standard option present in most 70mai cameras. The next and the important option is the recording resolution and the frame rate. And interestingly, there is no option to change this. This is fixed at 1920x1080 with HDR. You cannot disable HDR or you cannot change the resolution. What you can change is the video clip duration. If you click on this, you have the video clip duration from a minimum of 1 minute up to 3 minutes. And now you have the anti-flicker option. You have either 60 Hz, 50 Hz or 55 Hz. So currently it is selected at 60 Hz. Then you can turn on or turn off the 70mai logo being displayed on the recorded videos. Then coming to the parking security, you have the collision detection and the time-lapse photography. Both these options need a dedicated hardware kit to be installed before activating. Then you have the smart travel option, wherein you can set the sensitivity for recording the emergency videos. You get these 3 different options, that is low, medium and high, and you can enable or disable the emergency recording as well. Then you have the voice control option, which you can again turn off or turn on based on your requirements. Currently is turned on, and let's just try it. Take photo. So as you just heard, you got this notification chime when I just set the voice control option, that is take photo. The camera does register them well, and you get a notification chime indicating that the camera has recognized your voice command. Following that, you have the sound settings wherein you can turn on or turn off the initial prompt tone when the dash camera turns on every time. Then you have the speaker volume, which you can set at medium, high and low, or you can turn it off entirely. Then you have the mic button or the record audio button. You can either enable or disable it. Let's head back. Then you have the system setting option where you can select the language, you can select the Wi-Fi hotspot. If you head into the Wi-Fi hotspot, you can change the Wi-Fi hotspot password as well. Following this, you have auto off after stop. So this means you can set the preset amount of time for which you want the dash cam to run after your car has stopped. So you can select a minimum of 5 minutes up to 10 minutes and a maximum of 20 minutes, or you can select it as no automatic shutdown. Then you have the dash cam system time, date format. So let's move on and select DDMMYY. And then lastly, you have the about option wherein it gives the model name and the dashcam firmware version. Below this, you have the retrieve device log option, and lastly in the reset device submenu, you have the format memory card option, where you can factory reset the dashcam to its original factory settings. So all these options are present within the in-app settings for the 70mai M200. Let's head into the album section. So if we head into the album section, you have various different categories. You have the all videos, emergency videos, parking surveillance videos, time-lapse videos and photos. You also can see or view these things in terms of the timeline with color-coded videos. So the videos which appear with green color are the ones which are included in the loop recording. The yellow colored ones are parking surveillance, the red ones are emergency, and the purple ones are time-lapse photography. You have the option to download the video right here at the middle of the screen. So in terms of categories, these are all the options which you get. So this is the main home screen for the A200. Straight away, you have two different options. In the main home screen, you can turn on or turn off the mic. You can take a snapshot if you want. So as I just saw, I clicked on the camera button and the dash camera just took a snap. So this was the overview of the 70mai app in regards to connecting to the 70mai M200 and the various different in-app settings which you can access for this dash cam. So what you saw until now was simply a glimpse of what this camera can do and is capable of. I will be bringing up a detailed video quality review in which I will show you the daytime samples as well, along with its license plate or the number plate readability. Along with the detailed review, I will be comparing this dash cam with the 70mai A810 and the A200 with HDR. So a triple dash cam comparison video will be coming up on my channel pretty soon, and it's going to be a very exciting video to watch. And if you don't want to miss such an important video, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now and smash that like button. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload this super amazing video. Also, do note that if you have any doubts or queries, you can always write them down in the comments and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. If you are interested in purchasing this dashcam, the link to purchase it is provided in the description below. Head down, click on the description and purchase this dashcam. Now, many of you were already asking me based on my teaser video that if you can use this dashcam for the rear as well. Of course you can. You can buy two of these cameras and use one for the front and one for the rear. The only thing you need to make sure is that you will need a second or an extra separate power port for the rear camera. Also, you need to make sure that the length of the wire is sufficient enough to reach from your rear windshield to wherever the power port is present in your car. Also, you won't be able to access both the cameras at the same time in your smartphone. You will have to access each camera independently. If that's okay with you, you can surely use two of these cameras, one for the front and one for the rear, which will give you a dual Starvis-2 dash cams under the price bracket of 10,000 rupees. I mean, there is no other camera which can give you dual Starvis-2 1080p under 10,000. So that being said, I hope this video has shed some light and I hope this video has helped you out in making the right decision. If in case it did, consider supporting my channel by sending a super thanks or joining in as a member of this channel. Thanks for watching this video and see you in the next one.